MobLand Season 2's Richie replacement is far more terrifying for the Harrigans. It's about betrayal. Anson Boone reveals why Eddie nearly killed his mother in MobLand's final, but why? And how will Eddie's relationship change with Kevin and Bella in MobLand? I will explain everything. Never miss this video. Before going to the main topic, I would like to say, like this video, and please subscribe to the channel. MobLand Season 2's Richie replacement is far more terrifying for the Harrigans, but why? After only one season, the main antagonist Richie Stevenson was cut from the Paramount Plus gang thriller MobLand, but the Harrigans and their fixer, Harry D'Souza, are facing a much worse situation in his place. Richie Stevenson seemed to have an advantage because of his patience, composure under duress, and information from O'Hara Delaney, the rat in the Harrigans organization. The rivalry between the Stevensons and the Harrigans in the London criminal underworld turned into a full-scale war as a result of the murderous acts of the elder and youngest Harrigans. To change the course of events, Harry was able to use Richie's own source against him. Within minutes, Richie and his soldiers were dead, and Richie himself was gone thanks to Harry, Kevin, Paul, Zoja, and Kiko. As a result, the Harrigan/Stevenson conflict ended quickly and decisively, giving everyone a chance to step back and consider the dangerous circumstances they were in. But while one fight ended, another one started right away, and Harry and the Harrigans will now have to contend with an adversary that is considerably more dangerous and terrifying than Richie was. When Jeff Bell played South London Mafia boss Richie Stevenson in MobLand, he was amazing. He even won over viewers' pity after his wife and son were violently removed from him, considering that he never received the full extent of retribution for the murder of his family. It seems odd that Ronan Bennett, Guy Ritchie, and the other creatives behind MobLand would remove him from the scene so quickly. But for the larger plot of MobLand and the show's viewership, Ritchie leaving the action forever makes a lot of sense. As amusing as the Dynamite cast was, not much was happening that had never been seen before. The idea of a drug-fueled, money-driven, power-hungry, and vengeful London gang war has been used often. There are other shows that are quite similar to MobLand in this way. By getting rid of Richie and focusing on the family drama involving the Harrigans as well as the international element that the show is aiming for, and has already teased, MobLand breaks new ground and presents a lot more options than just a family-on-family dispute. After saving Serafina Harrigan from Jamie Lopez/Richie Stevenson, Harry owed the enigmatic kingpin Kat McAllister money. At the conclusion of episode 10, Harry had a meeting with Kat. Following a lengthy verbal exchange, Kat told Harry that she would be requesting his assistance in order to get rid of the other Harrigans and seize control of the London drug and firearms trade, which the Harrigans now control after Richie left. Harry denied Kat directly, stating unequivocally that he was unable to assist her due to his allegiance to the Harrigans in general and to his best buddy Kevin in particular. Kat has an imposing reputation, and now she is furious and ready to carry out her evil demeanor. Unfortunately, if that happens, Kat will be the primary antagonist in MobLand Season 2. Her emphasis on Harry's big mistake of rejecting her desires is evident from the context. Despite the fact that Serafina and Brendan Harrigan's lives were at stake, Harry didn't call Kat at all, and both Kevin and Conrad Harrigan appeared embarrassed about it. Kevin told Harry in particular that his debt to Kat is how we all get **************. Kat has an imposing reputation, and now she is furious and ready to carry out her evil demeanor. The fact that, as viewers, we still don't know anything about Kat McAllister is possibly the most frustrating thing about her. As a result of Kat's demand of the London drug trade, it seems improbable that she is an agent of the CIA, MI6, or some other covert government organization that maintains a hand in the criminal underworld to retain control. Though it's unclear who she is linked with, if anyone, she is some kind of next-level worldwide kingpin. With a flip of her fingers, she can, however, have cartel head Jane Lopes destroy his business ties with Richie and release his captives, demonstrating her power. It's evident that she has almost limitless riches at her disposal, or at least significantly more than the Harrigans do, given the immense wealth she surrounds herself with in each of her appearances. It will be difficult for Harry da Souza, who is always coming up with new ideas, to keep all the Harrigans alive in the second season of MobLand when they have an opponent like that who wants to kill them. It's about betrayal. Anson Boone reveals why Eddie nearly killed his mother in MobLand's finale, but why? While we await the news of a new season, we must analyze MobLand's explosive finale, which just concluded its first season. From the murder of Richie Stevenson, Jeff Bell, by Harry, Tom Hardy, who betrays O'Hara, Lisa Dwan, to the eventual reconciliation and revelation of their pasts by Kevin, Patty Considine, and Bella, Laura Pulver. The series has surely left the door open for additional stories. Eddie, Anson Boone, the season's biggest surprise, not only initiated the conflict between the Harrigans and the Stevensons, but in the season's last episode, Maeve, Helen Mirren, reveals that his biological father is actually his grandfather, Conrad, Pierce Brosnan, rather than Kevin. Conrad had an affair with Bella, as we know from the earlier episodes, and he effectively delivered his mistress to his son when Maeve ordered him to cease. But the last surprise is when it is revealed that Eddie is Conrad's son. In the instance of Eddie, who is completely stunned by the news as he departs his visit with Maeve in prison, this is especially true. Upon discovering the truth, he returns to the Harrigan residence and, in a heartbreaking embrace, almost kills Bella. Anson Boone discussed Eddie's trip through MobLand and its finale with us. Accompanying his father/brother Kevin and Serafina, Mandeep Dillon, he is much more promising as a possible heir now that it has been established that he is Conrad's son. In addition, Boone talks on how he feels about his character, how he sympathizes with him, how he responded to these significant revelations, and where he hopes to see the character end up. Anson Boone. I was able to empathize with my character, who was sometimes difficult to relate to, because he has these odd relationships with his family members, the people who are raising him, and the people who are meant to make him a decent person. The problem is that given that they are never present, it's likely that you could count on one hand how many times my character appears with either of his parents in a scene together. They never accompany him. They show no interest in him. It's not very pleasant when Bella talks about her son to Tom Hardy's character. He isn't treated well by Kevin. He does some awful things, yet it seems like he has nothing to show for his parents. He is also occasionally treated rudely by his grandfather, despite the fact that he takes care of him. He only has Maeve then. His grandmother is all he has, and she is always talking in his ear. Eddie is not a fool at all. I believe Eddie has a rudimentary understanding of what's happening, and is aware that she is putting this family in jeopardy by engaging in some rather dubious actions. She is providing the location of Archie's grave to the police. She is directing Richie to the location of Serafina and Brendan in Antwerp. She's doing all these things that cause Eddie to seriously doubt what she's doing. She is speaking to him in the appropriate ways, though. She is assuring him that one day he will rule from this throne. He will one day be the family's leader. He actually has to rely only on her, as she is the only person who treats him with kindness. Then, when he visits the prison and discovers that his entire life has been a lie, I can't even imagine what it must be like to be told that. Particularly after you and this woman you believe to be your grandma have been having a really close relationship. As you see on several occasions during the series, she almost goes above what is typical for a grandma to do with her grandson. Well, it seems to me that she goes too far. Boone, indeed. She goes beyond the bounds. Lots. Therefore, to be informed that they are not even related by blood, and that everyone in his immediate vicinity has been dishonest throughout his life, he already obviously lacks trust in this family. This is because, in the Harrigans, except for Maeve and Serafina, everyone is friendly to one another, but you never know who is behind your back. I believe that learning that they have all been deceiving him his entire life really pushes someone who is already experiencing mental anguish over the limit, which is why he acts in this way with Bella. The fact that she has lied to him all his life seems unbelievable to him, and it pushes him over the edge. Who knows where that will end up? Just as eager as everyone else is to learn, so am I with anticipation. How will Eddie's relationship change with Kevin and Bella in MobLand? I'm going to discuss that time with you since I'm really interested in how his connection with his parents will develop in the future. He left the prison right away, with no time to calm down or have a rational thought. It was, in my opinion, a rather guttural reply. For me, it was crucial to depict his brain functioning in that way at that particular moment, such as when I mentioned him losing his balance. You're crazy to do that to your own mother. It had to be something terrible then. It was enough to push him over the edge that his entire life had been a lie. I had a private moment when she couldn't see my head over her shoulder as she hugged me, which was made possible by the way we practiced and then the way it was filmed. He knew he had to do something as soon as he entered the room after seeing her. They've all harmed him so severely that he must hurt someone. With these comments, he assaults her. Despite his derogatory remarks, she embraces him and tells him how loved he is. I wanted to demonstrate for a moment how important that is to him. He is hugged by someone other than his grandmother for the first time in the episode. He had that moment when she gives him a hug, and the cut has preserved it because I wanted to see it in his eyes. After that, you witness the moment when he recalls the betrayal. Betrayal is the issue. He acts in this way toward her because he is unable to stop himself. It will be different with his grandfather, in my opinion, because that is a different relationship, and he is terrified of it. He might have had some time to calm down, though, when he finally meets Kevin. With Eddie, however, you never know. Boone. It seems to me that he genuinely believes he wants to take the crown. However, since they are not like other families, that is essentially the norm in their household. Power is their money. It's their currency that's in control. And as you mentioned, there are a lot of reasons why that family lacks trust. Power seems to be the only thing you have going for you. The race to the throne and the succession myth are therefore crucial. Additionally, as you mentioned, his grandmother has strongly supported it. The cause of his relationship's decline with Harry D'Souza during the show, one thing I always want to bring up is that I will always remember the scene with Tom in episode 2. Where he enters Eddie's bedroom at the Cotswolds house and says, "Sit down, Eddie. I am aware that you are lying when you say that you spent yesterday night with Tommy Stevenson." I recall Guy Ritchie saying, "You two have to come in like Uncle Harry." It is just that. Uncle Harry is there. There isn't any hostility yet. The hostility between these two characters is fueled by the fact that Harry extinguishes any fire that Eddie starts when Maeve instructs him to do so. If you will, it's a really severe form of cramping his style. Every time he performs something that will make him the heir apparent, Harry is there to stop him and waste his time. He is aware of the things he must do to get the favor of his grandmother and grandfather. That is the point at which the hostility develops. But for the time being, Eddie is certain that he is the heir to the throne that his father currently holds. MobLand Season 2 chances addressed by Star after shocking Season 1 cliffhanger ending. Nothing's official yet, but why? In response to the shocking cliffhanger final, one of MobLand's stars recently discussed the possibility of a second season. One of the most popular streaming releases of 2025 is MobLand, which has received praise from both critics and viewers thanks to its cast of Pierce Brosnan, Tom Hardy, and Helen Mirren. Viewers are already speculating about the prospects of MobLand Season 2 on Paramount Plus following the Season 1 conclusion, which had an 8/7 rating on IMDb. On MobLand Season 1 conclusion, actress Joanne Froggatt, who plays Jan D'Souza, discussed her thoughts on the cliffhanger ending and the potential for a second season in an interview with Grant Hermans of Screen Rant. Seemingly speaking for the entire cast and crew, she stated hope and a desire to carry on the story with future seasons, while she acknowledged that nothing has been confirmed as of yet. Below is her complete quote. "We simply have hope. We will hope for the best. Since nothing is official yet, we simply hope that we will be able to continue the story indefinitely. I'd be thrilled too." According to Joanne Froggatt's remarks regarding MobLand, she and her co-stars take the show seriously and want to see it through to the end. It appears like the program was always meant to be a longer story, given how much of a cliffhanger Season 1 ended, but like any show, its chances of being renewed rely on how many people watch it. For the 2024 to 2025 TV season, MobLand ranked 28th in Nielsen's multi-platform ratings via Variety, higher than other Paramount originals like Special Ops, Lioness, and Tulsa King. This is encouraging because the show has only gained popularity since the data cutoff, which occurred weeks before the Season 1 finale. MobLand was the 9th original streaming series during the week of May 12 to 18, based on the most recent data. If the creative team agrees, everything hinges on Paramount analyzing the data. Season 2's prospects appear bright, as the cast and crew of MobLand are encouraged by the prospect of a second season, and the show appears to be doing well in its streaming stats. MobLand is a part of the genres of crime shows that Paramount Plus has found great success with, like Tulsa King, Landman, and its several Yellowstone spin-offs. The platform is clearly benefiting from focusing on the viewer demographics for these shows. It's a pretty good omen that the program did better than Tulsa King thus early. Tom Hardy and Pierce Brosnan star in riveting mafia drama on Sky Showtime. With a stellar cast and deep themes of devotion and conflict, Guy Ritchie's MobLand delves into the struggle between families in the London Mafia, which is currently airing on Sky Showtime. With his latest film, MobLand, Guy Ritchie has once again mesmerized audiences with his signature style of dark comedy and fast-paced editing. The 10-part documentary, which is currently streaming on Sky Showtime, delves into the violent rivalry between the Harrigans and the Stevensons, two competing London Mafia families. With an outstanding cast that includes Tom Hardy, Pierce Brosnan, Helen Mirren, Paddy Considine, and Joanne Froggatt, MobLand explores themes of loyalty and familial strife against the merciless setting of London's criminal underground. The story revolves around Harry D'Souza, a street fixer who deals in mafia business and must manage perilous allegiances. The majority of reviewers have given Ritchie's current project good reviews. Reports have described the show as overflowing with talent and tension, but whether or not it can maintain its high level of quality is an open question. Despite Collider's criticisms of the show's lack of innovation, the publication nonetheless calls it satisfying, praising the show's high-caliber cast. Critics have praised the script's brilliance and depth, praising Tom Hardy's portrayal as sharply executed on sites like RogerEbert.com. According to the Wall Street Journal, the script and production values seem promising, leading spectators to be captivated by the elaborate universe that Ritchie has created along the Thames. MobLand is Ritchie's way of further establishing himself as a legendary storyteller. This is an enthralling new series that Sky Showtime has added to its lineup for viewers looking for something captivating. Tom Hardy's smash hit crime series gets promising Season 2 update from co-star Pierce Brosnan. But how? In addition to teasing his comeback as criminal leader Conrad Harrigan, Pierce Brosnan provided a positive update on the status of his and Tom Hardy's popular crime drama series, MobLand, on the Paramount Plus network. Even though the studio and streamer have not yet provided an official confirmation, Brosnan told George Edelman of MovieWeb that he thinks they will be going ahead with a second season. Tom Hardy plays Harry D'Souza, a fixer for the Harrigan family, along with Pierce Brosnan as Conrad Harrigan, the family patriarch, and Helen Mirren as Maeve Harrigan, the family matriarch. The remaining cast members of MobLand include Paddy Considine as Kevin Harrigan, Anson Boone as Eddie Harrigan, Jeff Bell as Richie Stevenson, and Joanne Froggatt as Jan D'Souza, Harry's wife. The film is directed by Guy Ritchie. See below for Brosnan's thoughts on MobLand Season 2 and his affection for the actors and crew. In any case, I think that everyone is eagerly anticipating the second season, and I think that it will happen. People would really like to see that, but as far as I'm aware, it hasn't been formally confirmed yet. I thoroughly enjoyed working with this outstanding group of actors. Indeed, it has been an overwhelming success. See the official summary for the first series below while you speculate what the types of criminal mayhem Harry and the Harrigans might get up to in MobLand Season 2. Power is at stake in a conflict between two rival criminal families that has the potential to destroy lives and bring down entire empires. When opposing factions clash, Harry D'Souza, a streetwise fixer, is caught in the crossfire and knows all too well where allegiances lie. After the success of Season 1, A second season of MobLand is almost a given, even if Paramount Plus has not yet revealed that it is in development. Both critics and viewers gave the crime drama positive reviews, giving it ratings of 75% and 77% on review aggregate Rotten Tomatoes, respectively. The show even set a significant record on the streaming service, attracting 2.2 million viewers and becoming the biggest worldwide series debut ever. Brosnan is not the only one who longs to go back to MobLand. I hope so. Hardy said in response to a question about if a MobLand Season 2 would air with the show's March launch. Glasser quickly turned to 101 Studios CEO and producer David Glasser for assistance, saying, "Yes, there will be. There will be. The same group, the same people. Guy, as well as Anthony Burns, the director. Same actor, same actors." Accordingly, Brosnan appears to be justified in his confidence in the show. Samuel L. Jackson and Pierce Brosnan are currently sharing the screen in the Western film The Unholy Trinity. Richard Gray is the director and Lee Zachariah is the writer of The Unholy Trinity, a story of retaliation, sinister secrets, and hidden riches set in 1870s Montana that promises to be an intriguing mix of action, suspense, and grit. No more today. What are you thinking about this gossip today? Let us know in the comments, and stay tuned by subscribing to our channel to get more updates like this. Thank you.